Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Okay. Let me see who was here first. Lydia Washington, hello to you too. Let me see. Helen Marmon, Annie Bullard, um, Marcia Ware, uh, Desiree T, or is it Desiree T? Anyway, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Let me take a look here at something. What do I need to do? Okay. Yes, believe it or not, I am. I'm ready. And wait, check this out. Slides are up. There we go. Slides are up. All right. Um, this is a good example of tell us how you really feel. uh, okay. All right. I'm just scrolling through a few of your comments, just taking a glance at them. All right. Well, let's get on with it, shall we? I promise you, we will be out of here in an hour and a half. Just 90 minutes. Okay. So Prince Harry is a great. I could see I meant to put a uppercase a capital A, but oh well. Is a great example for work shy Willie. And of course, backstory of Michael Bublé's song. Yes, backstory of Michael Bublé's song. And of course, lastly, or should I say plus, Prince William's big mistake. You guys, I have to warn you, I'm fixing to drag Willie again. I am enjoying it. I used to really have fun dragging the other one, but since they're not well right now, I have to drag him. You know what they say? Drag the one that's in front of you. And if you can't be with the one you love, drag the one you with. Hey, drag the one you with. Drag the one you with. Yes, drag the one you with. Oh yeah, drag the one you with. So, since I don't know, what does that say about me that I could just switch it up like that? Oh man. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Okay, I could think of at least one thing that I know I wanted to do. Let me get rid of that. And this is going to end up taking too long. Let me see. I don't want to go overtime, that's for sure. But yeah, we're going to start limiting these Royal Sussexes down to just 90 minutes or maybe even an hour if we're lucky. It's not that I don't enjoy it, but that you got to admit that it's too long. I mean, it's just like it goes on and on and on. And what in heaven's name do I have to talk about for 3 and 4 hours? I couldn't imagine, but yet it happens. So, anyway, that ends soon. Can't guarantee you it's going to be today, but that's going to end soon, I promise. All right. I am stalling right here. Give me just a second. I was just about ready. And it just happens sometimes, then I think of something. It's like as soon as I think I'm ready to go, then I think of something. And that just throws everything into chaos. Okay. Yes. Yeah. All right. 1 second, folks. 1 second. I'm doing a thing here. You must not know by me. You must not know by me. I have another you in a minute. Matter of fact, he'll be here in a minute, baby. Okay. All right. So let's get on with it, shall we? Let's go here. Don't forget, you guys, it's Black History Month. Already it's the 20th, and while I promised that I was going to do more Black History stuff, I haven't. I don't know what happened. The month just been going by so fast. The Sussexes, well, they're in a good place, doing great things. So it just ain't happened. That's all. But every day is Black History Month, especially in these United States of America. Every day is Black History Month. This country, actually, Western civilization as we know it, would not exist if not for the contributions of those that were snatched out of the bosom of the motherland. If it wasn't for them, Western civilization as we know it wouldn't be the same. So I suppose I'm trying to say, in the corniest of ways, every day is Black History Month. And as for those who have made the contributions, which is, everybody, yeah, that's what I want to say about that. So again, happy Black History Month, and we'll cover some stuff very soon, I promise. Okay, so I did it my way. Michael Bublé, what happened with that? Well, as I feverishly stall and what is that word that I can never understand? Obfuscate. I'm not sure what that means, but as I do that, we are going to find out very soon, and that's a promise. Oh man, I am so full of it today. But yes, we're going to find out very soon, and as soon as you find out, you let me know. Okay. Stall, stall, stall. We're almost there. We're almost there, you guys. I promise. Come on, come on. All right. And so it goes. Got it. Everything is just what I needed. Okay, no pressure, no pressure. Hello, Martine. Now, this is a photo from People magazine. This is like the best photo of them at that dinner. I don't know who took the photo, but it looks like whoever took it must have realized that there were no real great photos of them from them seated at the table, and they cheerfully volunteered to give it to People magazine, or they sold it. But either way, I'm glad they did, because they really have captured them looking gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So this is like one of my favorite photos from that event. And right there's Michael Bublé. He sang the song. He reworked I Did It My Way, but the thing is, he did not write the song. We found out today, thanks to People magazine, that the song was actually reworked by none other than the singer Paul Anka, who is 82 years old. And yes, he kind of looks like Berlusconi of Italy, that prime minister or president that just died. He does kind of look like him. But see what I mean? Tell me he doesn't look like Berlusconi. Am I saying his name right? Prime Minister Berlusconi? Berlusconi. Okay, Silvio Berlusconi. God, they look alike. Yes, Paul Anka looks just like him. You know what? I'm gonna show you a photo of him. Man, that's creepy. That is creepy. Is Paul Anka Italian? That is creepy. He looks just like him. I would say Paul Anka looks better, because Bernasconi, he looked more like a waxwork. He did. He looked more like a waxwork. But gosh, they look alike. I wonder if anybody ever told him that. But as you can see, Paul Anka is still touring. He is still he still sounds good. As a matter of fact, he performed at the New Year's Eve in New York. I believe he performed this year or last year. Elaine Parker, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for staying up with us. We're going to be done in less than 90 minutes, I promise. Okay, so why don't I get to the real story, shall I? Here we go.
Bublé honors Prince Harry, King Charles by changing My Way lyrics during Invictus Games performance. The Canadian musician honored Prince Harry as a visionary and sent healing wishes to King Charles during the performance. Michael Bublé gave Prince Harry his props during a recent performance. During Friday's Invictus Games celebrations in Vancouver, Canada, the 48-year-old Grammy winner sang a rendition of Frank Sinatra's classic hit My Way, complete with new lyrics that both praised the Duke of Sussex for being a visionary and offered healing wishes to King Charles amid his recent cancer diagnosis. The performance took place at the One Year to Go dinner event at Vancouver Convention Center, where Bublé sang the track that was co-written with Paul Anka. Ahead of the song, he explained that he was happy to show both the Duke and his wife, Meghan Markle, how beautiful this place is, referring to his home country of Canada. Who knew? Dreams can come true. When life tells you you're far from finished, nothing tames, Invictus Games, you play them your way. One man, life-changing plan, he does all he can, he's a visionary. Our healing wishes for your dad. You've earned each day the right to say, I did it my way, Bublé then sang. Bublé previously performed My Way both on tour and as a studio version with Andrea Bocelli and Anka in 2021 off Anka's Making Memories LP. In 2022, Bublé opened up to people ahead of the release of his album Higher, which included a cover of another Sinatra track, A Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square, about his job as a performer. I'm a protector of the Great American Songbook, and I know that I stand on the shoulders of my heroes, Bublé said of covering the greats. The Great American Songbook, I think, is the greatest thing that America ever gave to the arts. So the fact that I can be a small part of protecting it and keeping it alive and introducing it to a new generation of people is honestly pretty humbling to me. I will always take it seriously, and I will always do my best to make my heroes proud, he added.
Okay, so there you go. As you probably have guessed, I was going to do a short video based on that article from People magazine. So I'll upload that later just in case you want to review that again, or for those who haven't heard it here first. So yeah, I was in the midst of editing a short video, and that was the voice track for it. So anyway, yes, Paul Anka, as I said, not to be confused with Bernasconi. Is it Bernasconi? Anyway, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't like the idea of that. But I'm going to show you what I mean when I say that. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see here. Because I have nothing better to do but be a little silly right now. So let's see if I can get it together. See what I mean? Now, I said Paul Anka looks much better than Bernasconi. Bernasconi, he's not, he looks more like a waxwork. I would say Paul Anka looks more natural. I think he looks more natural. But this guy right here, you would confuse him for something from Madame Tussauds easily as a Madame Tussauds waxwork. I'm always meddling. I'm always noticing stuff, ain't I notice everything but what I'm supposed to see. If it's something that I really need to know about or something I really need to see, I trip right over it. But such is my wild imagination. Paul Anka, Bernasconi, you never like 100. God, he lived to be old, didn't he? I think he was like close to 100. See there? More makeup than Donald Trump. He was like the Italian Donald Trump. More makeup than Donald Trump, and very famous for his parties, if you will. Very rich too. Very rich. Okay, so that's enough about him. But yeah, so that's a really sweet story about how that song came about. Okay, let's see. The hairline, yeah, yeah, they, yep, yep. Looked like he didn't went down to the barber shop and got a fade in the hood, don't it? Looked like he went right down there to like Smitty's barber shop or whatever, or Ray's barber shop. Oh man, I love that. Helene Growing, thank you so much for being here. All right, I'm going to keep it moving because I promise you we're not going to be in here for a long time. Paul Anka wrote Diana his most famous hit. Thank you so much, Lorna Williams. And thank you for being a member for 22 months. I love the way he reworked that song. What was that song? Don't take your love away from me. Don't you leave my heart in misery. You know, he made a slower version of that. He did. And he added like some words to the beginning of it. He made a lot ballad out of it. Before it was just like this little pop song, but then he turned it into a ballad. You tell me you're leaving. I can't believe it's true. Girl, there's just no living without you. Don't take your love away from me. Don't you leave my heart in misery. 'Cause if you go, then I'll be blue. Breaking up is hard to do. Oh man, I love that. He slowed it down, added some words to the beginning. Oh, it was beautiful. If you get a chance to, make sure you find it. It's breaking up is hard to do, but it's a ballad. He added a little bit to the beginning, and yeah, I'm telling you, that was a good song. Like years later, he came back to re-record it. All right, thank you again, Lorna Williams. Breaking up. Then, of course, the big ending is hard to do. All right, that's enough memory lane. Oh, speaking of memory lane, you guys, check this out. So I went on his Twitter account. You see that? He said, found this the other day. First of all, I didn't know Paul Anka was so short. And also, I thought he was black. And now that I see him with some black people, maybe he's not. But there's Jackie Wilson on the right. Looks like Sam Cooke. Wait a minute. Why do both of them look like Sam Cooke? Who is that? Okay, Sam Cooke is the one on the left. It's a little grainy, but God, both of them look like Sam Cooke. And why are they all standing there like Napoleon? I just noticed that. They're all standing there like Napoleon. If you know who the other two are, I know one of them has got to be Sam Cooke. But then who's the fourth one? But yeah, could you imagine in 82 years, he's been a recording artist, I believe, for 70 years in the business. He must have been 12 years old. Well, at least 12 years old since he's been singing and in show business. Um, but yeah, they say he's going on 70 years in the business. That's about as long as Charles was waiting to be king. Let me see. Jackie Wilson. Okay, I know who that is. Yeah, he was a teenager, right? Jackie Wilson is on the right. Yeah, I got that one. And it's the two on the left that I can't figure out. Uh, Neil Sedaka. Neil Sedaka? I'm sorry. What was that? Neil Sedaka? No, that's not Neil Sedaka. Neil Sedaka's white. Okay, Jackie Wilson, Sam Cooke. And nobody knows who's the other guy? It's two Sam Cookes. Oh, man. You know what? I don't know if he mentioned who they were on his Twitter. Okay, maybe I'll go back and look at it before I get off of here, but I don't know. It seems like there's two Sam Cookes. I thought I was the only one that saw two of them. Little Richard? Oh, no. No. It can't be Little Richard because he's of Syrian. Anka is of Syrian and Lebanese descent. Oh, so he does like women. All right. Okay. Lebanese. Of course he likes women. Marvin Gaye. Thank you. Thank you so much, Joyce Bose. Marvin Gaye. Yes, that's Marvin Gaye. How come I didn't see that? All right. So Marvin Gaye, Sam Cooke, and Jackie Wilson. Thank you. Didn't notice they looked that much alike. Of course, I don't think I've ever seen the two of them side by side. Joyce Bose, you are a miracle. Thank you so much. You are a miracle. All right, moving on. So the two Canadians were proud to have a part in honoring Prince Harry and Meghan for their contribution to the incredible Invictus Games. I was happy to rewrite My Way for my dear friend Michael Bublé to perform for them. You hear that? I like Paul Anka already. If I ever get a chance to see him in concert, anyway, I like him anyway. No, I mean, if I had a chance to see him in concert, I'd go see him. You know, anybody that's supportive of our faves is all right with me. So Michael Bublé posted, as much as we love a fancy night out, there's absolutely nothing better than returning home to these four little dudes. Best feeling in the world, our happy place. Wishing you all a beautiful family day. Por mucho que nos guste ir como afuera y salar, no hay nada más lindo que estar en casa con ellos. La mejor sensación del mundo esta familia feliz por la familia para todas. Por todas. I tell you, every time I try to speak Spanish, I nearly start a race war. Every time I try Spanish, I put us on the verge of a race war. It turns into some type of racially insensitive incident. So, anyway, I tried. I was trying to bring people together. That's what I was doing. Okay, so let me start dragging. Am I dragging yet? Yes, I am. Well, not yet. By the way, you guys, take a look at this. I'm telling you, if you guys are not interested, I understand, but this is getting juicy. Let me see the pic. Clyde McFadden rather, Sam Cooke, Paul Anka, and Jackie Wilson. Thank you, TCC son. Now, I know who Clyde is. Clyde is the one that sings I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. That's him, right? Let's go back and take a look. Thank you so much for the super chat. Now, I was convinced that was Marvin Gaye, but I'm going to go back and take another look. I don't know. It still looks like, but you know, I don't remember what Marvin Gaye looked like young. And Clyde McFatter, is it? Clyde McFatter. Clyde McFatter. Oh, okay. I'm looking at one of his young pictures. That's intriguing. That's intriguing. I'm trying. Oh, you know what? I just found the photo online. You're so right. You're so right. It is Clyde McFatter. You're so right. I see it on a Flickr account. Clyde McFatter, Sam Cooke, Paul Anka, and Jackie Wilson. How lucky he is to be surrounded by those giants. I mean, not just only in height, but in talent. I mean, they're all giants, of course, but wow. I love this photo. I really do. I love this photo. Thank you, TCC son. That is amazing. You nailed it. Thank you so much. Wow. All right. So there we go. But for everyone who attempted, greatly appreciate it. All right. So there you go. And that was them getting back home to their palatial great room. What a wonderful family, huh? What a wonderful family. Now you see there, that's love. That is love. I love that. I love seeing that. So, Thanksgiving service for the life of His Majesty King Constantine of the Hellenes, St. George Chapel, Windsor. So they're having a service for, I guess it's for the late king of Greece. That's who the Constantine is, King Constantine, the late king of Greece, the one who died. And you know, I could understand why this is important to Camilla, because the first time Queen Elizabeth II was forced to be in the same room with Charles and Camilla, at least after, you know, Diana died. I don't know if they'd ever met before, but after Diana died, was because it was Constantine's birthday. So Camilla, otherwise the queen was avoiding Camilla like the plague. But thanks to Constantine's birthday, Charles was, I think, in charge of arranging his birthday or whatever. But he used that occasion knowing that his mother was going to have to go. Otherwise, it would look bad. So they, did meet up. Well, not meet up, but wow, that sounds crude. They did spend some time in the same room. And after that, that was the big icebreaker. It was the first formal event that Charles was able to take Camilla to that included his mother. All right. So, yeah, she should want to pray for Constantine. Her Majesty the Queen, accompanied by members of the royal family, will attend a Thanksgiving service for the life of His Majesty King Constantine of the Hellenes at St. George Chapel, Windsor. St. George Chapel, Windsor, blah, blah, blah. The Queen and members of the royal family will be joined by Her Majesty. In other words, Willie is going to have to watch his stepmother lead the service. That is awkward as hell. You mean to tell me that the woman who drove your mother out of the country, and dare I say worse, you are going to have to play nice with her for the sake of Constantine? Now, it doesn't say here that he's going to be there. It says Queen and members of the royal family. I'm wondering if he won't bail and just don't show up. We'll be joined by Her Majesty Queen Anne Marie and former Queen of the Helenas. Let me see, and His Royal Highness Crown Prince Pavlos, with members of the Greek royal family for a Thanksgiving service for the late King Constantine. The service in the nave of St. George Chapel, Windsor, will be led by the Dean of Windsor and Right Reverend Dr. Christopher, you ready for it? Coxworth. The Right Reverend Dr. Christopher Coxworth, and will be attended by foreign royal families and other guests. And don't forget, Reverend Dr. Christopher Coxworth. Oh, yeah. Yeah, didn't Philip have to renounce the throne of because Philip would have been the king of Greece and Denmark, right? Because he was the prince of Greece and Denmark. So he would have been the king of Greece if he would have stayed there, right? Anyway, it's very interesting. I'm here for the messiness. I'm here for the messiness. And if by mistake I somehow lend to elevating this service into something more than it should be, I apologize in advance, but I cannot wait to see the look on Willie's face. I can't wait to see the look on Willie's face when he has to sit up there with his emotional support stepmother. If he goes, I'm not sure that he'll go. I hope so. I hope so, Lorna Williams. Willie doesn't show up. You have to sing a song Mike requests, Paul Anka's Diana. Okay, we'll do. We'll do. Now, Queen Camilla to host major Thanksgiving event without King Charles as foreign royals hit Windsor. So they're going to get all those uniforms and stuff out of mothballs, and Willie Leaks is going to be sitting right up there with them. Defiant Camilla will be queen. So don't forget, you guys, back on May the 13th, May the 9th, 2013, the Globe newspaper here in the U.S., a weekly newspaper, the Globe, a tabloid, they had that headline, Defiant Camilla will be queen. I mean, of course, it was in the cards already, but you just look at that. And don't forget, it says exposed her new plot to seize the throne. Now, legally, we know that there's no merit to that, but I tell you, right now, she looks like she's calling all the shots. It just seems like she's calling all the shots. Everything is going her way. Everything is going her way. So there you go. I don't know what else to tell you. Everything seemed like it's going her way. Yep. It's I tell you, for all the sad pieces, there's a queen in the house. 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 And if you know, you know. If you know, you know. There's a queen in the house. There's a queen. Woo! There's a queen in the house. Okay. Yep. All the dollars make you holler. Throw your hands out at me. Anyway, all right. Time to drag Willie. Does that sound weird? Time to drag Willie? No. Okay. So Graham Smith of Republic says, the Prince of Wales has been so horrified by the human suffering unfolding that he's going to do 2 brief engagements That's how horrified he is. 2 hours of meeting some people. That's it. I like him. Anyway, so Prince William to highlight plight of those affected in Middle East conflict. You all, he's making a terrible mistake. Like father, like son. You best keep your nose out of it, son, and keep it moving. Best keep your nose out of it. We want to see an end to the fighting. Israel responds to William's shock intervention into Gaza conflict. He is definitely foraging into an area where he doesn't know a whole lot. As a matter of fact, I heard Tom Bauer say the same thing, that his aides are doing him a disservice and that he should stick with what he knows. B. Martin says, not the stripper song. B. Martin, what do you know about that song? What do you know about that song? I am shocked. I am absolutely shocked. But yes, that song. There's a Parker Bowles in the house. Parker Bowles in the house. I am shocked. I didn't know you knew anything about that. So there's Graham Smith's quote once again. But take a look at that bottom quote. I'm not sure that our future king should be doing this. He should stick to BAFTAs. Well, I don't know if BAFTA's good because they don't want him there. But yeah, so that is Nigel Farage. Nigel Farage, who always looks like he's responding to being punched in the mouth. Who was that comedian that said Nigel Farage's face always looks like he's drunk and somebody just slugged him? He always looks like he's recovering from being slugged in the face. Of course, I'm not condoning any violence toward anyone, but that is kind of what he looks like. Let's see, Sherry Malakan, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for being here tonight on Royal Sussex. Okay, so but yeah, so Willie wanted to act like the statesman again today. And we all know why that happened. It's because Harry has been out and about. Meghan has been out and about. And so Willie's response to all of this is to look busy. And I'm pretty sure that that wasn't his idea. It was probably his people that told him, we need to get you out there. Harry is everywhere. Harry is everywhere. And we got to get you out there, sir. And so that's what happened. They dragged him off of his reclining chair or whatever he uses, or dragged him out of somebody else's house or one of his houses and got him suited and booted and out there shaking hands. This is the second time that he has jumped out of his seat because of Harry's busy schedule. So again, there he goes, the statesman. And so of all things, to try to put his nose into what's happening in Gaza and the West Bank, big mistake. And you know what? I'm here for it. Keep doing it. Keep working hard, Willie. I am going to cheer him on because I smell disaster. He is really asking for it. There is a conservative Tory government. And even if the Labour Party wins, they are still being led by someone with conservative values and all of that somewhere, what is it, right of center mentality. So they will let them do whatever they want. The government, they look at the royal family like children. They're only there to bolster the image of the politicians. Other than that, they don't really need them for anything. We give you 350 million pounds a year, and for that price, we need you to stay out of our business. So surely they would have had to go through number 10 for him to give that speech, or to, I'm sorry, release that statement. You see that little black square in the center? That's the statement. I didn't think it was important enough to share it with you because it's a bunch of nonsense. But essentially, he just stepped into some doggy poo. That's what happened. So right there, you can see what they posted on their Twitter. Understanding how the British Red Cross is providing vital humanitarian aid to those affected by the conflict in the Middle East. Staff and volunteers continue to work day and night to bring life-saving assistance and medical treatment to those who need it most. Well, this is one of the reasons why he was trying to get cozy with Jose Andreas, who, of course, we hope win a Nobel Peace Prize for all his hard work. But he wants to get in on that World Central Kitchen action because he wants to get involved without getting in trouble. And I suppose, seeing that Jose Andreas did not, you know, cozy up with him, at least I hope he hasn't. But that's what he was trying to do in New York, and I don't think it worked out too well. He's trying to be serious all of a sudden, and it just doesn't work for him. He doesn't have any credibility because he doesn't have the relationships. Harry and Meghan, they have relationships with these people, and Harry's relationships go back, from his childhood practically, right? But of course, as a teenager and as an adult, that's when he really made a name for himself on the global stage. Not William. He's not considered a global leader. They only pay attention to him because he's the future king, not because he's anywhere knowledgeable about anything that he's pretending to know about. He don't know about this stuff, and he doesn't care. Like right here, William, too many have died in Gaza conflict. William waits, and too many have been killed in Gaza. And down there, Prince issues Gaza plea for a permanent peace. These are all words and platitudes. And of course, look all the way down at the bottom, and Peter Hunt says it very easily and very clearly, meddlesome Prince 2.0, meaning that he's just like his father. His father was talking about stuff that should have been the domain of the government, not a member of the royal family. They are not allowed to be political. However, the best way that they could show their support is to show up. Yes, if you can't talk about it, then show up. And, that's one way to give support for these NGOs and such, is to just show up. But that doesn't work for them. William is very, very lazy and very work shy. And so he will talk the talk, but he has to be very careful because there's a fine line. But there's other ways to do these things. And meeting with people who can donate, not to your vanity project, Earthshot, but to some of these agencies. As Meghan says, hit the ground running. That's just not part of his consciousness to do anything like that. So right here, Prince William to hear suffering in Gaza and Israel. Okay. Prince William reveals concern at suffering of Palestinians. Sure. UK Prince William to recognize Middle East suffering, office says. So they drafted a letter. They issued the letter in his name. He probably doesn't even know what the letter says. But as you can see up there, I think he's with Prince William meets with Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas. And that was some years ago, right? That was back in 2018. And also in 2018, there he is at the Wailing Wall. and that was when he declared that he wants peace in the Middle East. And since that day, guess what happened? Nothing. He hasn't done nothing. He doesn't know nothing, and he ain't gonna do anything. That was the extent of it. Was lip service. He does not spend time or make relationships with people. I think they said when he was there, he met with some Palestinians and kicked the ball around with them, and then hopped on his private jet and went back to London. That was the extent of his input. And then what really gets me is that one of those talking heads on TV said, I think that Netanyahu is going to listen to him. I think he'll listen. Uh huh. You mean to tell me the man that won't listen to Biden, that won't listen to any of the crown heads of the Middle East, he won't even listen to common sense, and you think that Willie Leaks is going to come sweeping into the room or issue some statement, and all of a sudden it's going to look like that Coca-Cola commercial? They're all going to grab a bottle of Coca-Cola and everything will be forgotten. You know what? That's why I say I'm here for it. I am here for it. I hope he gets, knee deep into it, and I'll just wait to see the results of it. This is very dodgy because he's not really interested. So I think it's just much to do about nothing. But time will tell. If he says something or done something after this week, I'd be surprised. But as far as I'm concerned, he's only out because of Harry. Harry had an extraordinary week in Canada, and so now Willie Leaks, same thing. Harry gets a Living Legends of Aviation, and Willie Leaks ends up with Tom Cruise, or whoever that person was that resembles Tom Cruise. That was the only reason why that happened. This guy doesn't want to work. As soon as they said Kate was in the hospital, the first thing he said, I ain't going to work. I ain't going to work. The first thing he said is that I'm not working either. I mean, that was rather premature, wasn't it? And trust me, if he could stay off until Easter, he would do it. He's not interested in work. I have on good authority. William was offered a role as patron of the International Hair Club for Men International. Just wait until he solves baldness. Remember the guy, Cy Sperling? I'm not just the president of the company. I'm also a customer. Right. Yeah, he says, I'm not just the president of the company. I'm also a customer. Well, you know what? I'm not wishing nothing bad on him, but I'm just saying this is not going to end well. And also, if you take a look there, you see those people in the bottom right corner? Now, William is banking that by releasing that, he's going to get in touch with the TikTok generation, the millennials and the Gen Xers or whatever. I don't know what all of those names, but anyway, the young people. He wants to try to appeal to them by seeming as though he cares and calling for a, did he say ceasefire? I'm trying to think. I don't think he said ceasefire. I think he just said peace, right? I don't think any of those say ceasefire. That one would be rather bold if he said that. And I don't think it does. Okay, so barring that, he thinks that if he used just the right intentional language, that the TikTok generation will think, oh, he's not so bad after all. I'm telling you, if he's wise, he'll stay out of it. He'll stay out of it because there's nothing he can do about it anyway. Nobody is going to listen to him drone on about something. He has no dog in the hunt, none whatsoever. B. Martin, Billy Idol put out a statement and used his cipher at that. Really, Billy Idol put out a statement and used his cipher. You don't mean the singer Billy Idol, did you? Billy Idol put out a statement and used his cipher at that. Really? Okay, did not know that. But thank you so much, B. Martin. I like Billy Idol. Yeah, I like Billy Idol. Well, I tell you, I will wait for it. I will just wait for it. I hate to say I told you so, but I'm telling you so. If he had any sense, he'd stay out of it. But no, I want him to get knee deep in it. I want him to get knee deep in it. That way he can learn what it's like to be a statesman. But yeah, ceasefire is very popular among the young people, and that's who he's trying to appeal to. So on the one hand, he's saying peace in the Middle East, and on the other hand, he's saying ceasefire. He's just paying lip service. I didn't want to comment on William Parker Bowles' appearance at the BAFTAs, but darn, the pics are beyond depressing. Not only has it previously, or I previously said he has no charisma or star power, but in every video and picture, he looks like he doesn't want to be there. He doesn't even want to do the minimum. There's no enthusiasm. Yeah, there's no enthusiasm, nothing. William, when you sold out your dead mother and your brother, Will, and order, well, let me see, to please, anyway, I shared that yesterday. But essentially, he has no soul left. And there you can see, take a look at the picture on the left there. Nobody cares. And the people that's like right there in the aisle, it's like they're avoiding eye contact. That's the BAFTAs. If you get that reaction from the BAFTAs, what do you think they're going to do to you on the global stage? Right? That's the BAFTA awards. He's the president of BAFTA. Right? Now, I have a sound bite. I know you all love her. I have a little sound bite for you. God, I hope I saved it right. I love her. So let me get this sound bite up here.
Of Wales. This is also famously a man who does not read his briefings before royal engagements. He placed the blame for not having time to watch these movies on his wife's illness, because he's been at home helping Kate recover for almost, 2 months now? The thing about the BAFTAs is, though, a lot of these movies have been out for 6 months, 8 months, 9 months. He would have had time if he actually cared. His aides would have handed him briefings, plot synopses about these movies. He was not prepared. The other thing, though, about Prince William's BAFTA's appearance is that he said it was a last-minute decision to attend the ceremony. Why would the president of BAFTA be making a last-minute decision to attend the awards, the event on the calendar for this organization? If your whole job is to promote British culture, this is something you should be prioritizing. You know why I think this was a last-minute decision? I think William was not going to attend the BAFTAs because of Kate's health, but then his brother Prince Harry had a really good week, and it was William's public image that needed the boost. I don't think he did this because he cares about British culture. If he did, he would have recognized that he was woefully underprepared to even have a simple conversation with some of the people who were nominated, and he would have just stayed home. Just stay home if you're that unprepared. I get it, dealing with a sick partner, that can turn your life upside down. That is a good enough excuse. Not go. But William wanted the optics. I'm pretty sure of that. And listen, I'd better not see anybody dragging my girl Io for this, calling her ungracious, anything like that. Her expression, Phoebe's expression, that shows, I think, exactly how we would all be feeling if we were faced with somebody who just showed up, thought they could coast through an evening celebrating the hard work you've put into a film. It's giving Prince William wearing the shoes with the airplanes on them to the Top Gun premiere. I heard that he talked about these shoes nonstop to everybody he met who worked on this movie, to the point where people were getting confused and offended because this is your talking point. Read the briefings next time. These girls also weren't the only ones caught candid camera style reacting to Prince William. Elsh actor Michael Sheen is another favorite of mine from the evening. God, you love to see it. Somebody is taking your craft so unseriously obviously, what else can you do but make this face? Michael Sheen also, for the record, he is Welsh, and he returned an honor given to him, the OBE, by the royal family over objections to the heir to the British throne holding the title Prince of Wales. So there's also that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. My thoughts, yeah, Prince William should have read a plot summary at the very least in the car to this event, but also maybe just go when Kate's with you in the future.
Yeah, so there you go. She said what she said. And that's it. That's it. William, my whole point is William is lazy. He does not care. He is very entitled, and he does very little for what he has gotten for this from this world. Very little, the very least. What bothers me is that in response to his laziness, it seems as though he have his wolves go after his brother and sister-in-law. That seems to be his response. Because he and his wife are not really fit for purpose, they're not really suitable for the type of work that they have had in the past or that they have ahead for them. They're asking them to be ambassadors. They're asking them to be warm and friendly and thoughtful. They're asking them to know the material, to study, to reflect on history, and they don't have it in them. And so because of what they're not, that is the reason why they keep going after Harry and Meghan. They have recruited the tabloid media to try to tear them down because that's the only way that these people can appear interesting, smart, or even concerned. They're not concerned. They have never wanted to do that work. I didn't even bother with all the receipts, but I have so many headlines and so many articles that speak of their laziness. And at the time, before Meghan came, I think they were trying to shame them into being more productive. It did not work. And I said, what was it? Not this past December, but, before, after the Queen died, the December after the Queen died, I said, oh, this is not going to last long. I said, I don't know how long they can maintain this. It is more work than what they're used to. I was actually kind of proud of them. During those long periods when they would be away, they were actually working for a change. I was surprised, but I did not think it was going to last long. Now, I'm not saying I predicted anything like Kate disappearing for almost 2 months. I didn't see that coming. Although Kate has been known to disappear for long periods, which is why the public is not alarmed, because number one, most British people don't care about what the royal family is doing. Believe me, they don't really care. And number two, let me see, what was it? Oh yeah, they don't really care. And number two, they have been conditioned to not see them for long periods, and therefore it does not really concern people that they're not there. So they're used to it. It's not the first time, and they don't care what they're doing anyway. So it doesn't really matter. They're like the wallpaper. After a while, you stop waiting for those rosebuds on the wallpaper to bloom. You just accept the fact that some of the roses are bloomed and some will never bloom. That's it. And right there, William never sees anything through. He's, what was he, the president of the women's football or whatever? And when he was supposed to do his job, he didn't go. He didn't go. He stayed because he just didn't care. And then he takes that creepy photo or make that creepy video on the left side there, where it looks super awkward, like he's holding on to her like a life preserver. Like that should suffice for the fact that you were too lazy to go, too lazy and unconcerned. And then same here on the right side. You got one job, and that is to sit back and watch about 35 movies, or at least take some notes, get some synopsis on it. You won't even do that. You just don't care. This is the person who thinks that he's somehow challenging his brother. It's so disingenuous. It's so fake and so phony. People tolerate him because they have to, not because they want to, but because they have to, because they want their parents to go with them to Windsor Castle for the OBE so they can spend a day at Windsor Castle. Who cares about them? They want to see the castle. They want free food. Like father, like son. Like father, like son. Same thing. How Kate Middleton and Prince William's polo kiss compares to Diana and King Charles. Princess Diana and King Charles. How does it compare? Same energy. Same energy. This is once the guild has been lifted, right? Once the petals have fallen on the floor, once the leaves have turned brown, then you know that it's fall, right? It's the end of summer, it's fall, and so that whatever that was is over. For the Cambridges, the Waleses, same thing, same energy. I mean, there's a whole stack of photos that you can compare both relationships. It's not going to end well. No protection for his mother. He won't protect his mother's memory. Instead, he is part of the conspiracy to forever silence his mother. I still, for the life of me, don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking. Hi, Bunny Rose. Susie Q. But I don't know what he was thinking. They give you a speech. You go out there and read the speech. And what the speech does is it gives the BBC the worst of it. Although the BBC, in terms of tabloid news, well, I wouldn't call them a tabloid. I mean, yes, they are very much in favor of the royal family. They're not impartial. But aside from that, they are far more credible than any other news service in the country. People look to the BBC. People all over the world believe in the BBC. I have seen some amazing reports from the BBC that has nothing to do with that government or that family. I mean, they have done some incredible journalism. But when it comes to the royal family, that is when they start to take on a bit of a taint. That is when they start to smell. So William calling his mother paranoid, right? And that the BBC drove his parents apart. It gives a big pat on the back to the Sun, to the Daily Mail, to the Mirror, to all the rags. It gives them a big pat on the back like, you know, thank God you're not the BBC. Look at what they did to my mom. Look at what they did to your mom. Look at what they've done. And even Diana had to write a letter saying that those were my words. Yes, they went about it in the most shady way, but those were my words. I meant every word of it. What I said happened is exactly what happened. But he's just too dumb to see it. He took that payout from the Sun, right? Or from Murdoch, or who, the Sun, Murdoch, same thing. He took that payout, and then all of a sudden his troubles were over. No bad press. And not only did he give them the okay, allegedly, to go after his brother, but then he also participates with the leaking and briefing through his staff people. You have staff people, you have courtiers, staff people that everybody knows is responsible for the leaking and the briefing. And yet, you want all this scrutiny for the BBC when you're in the bed with the rest of them. He doesn't protect people. Harry right there says, all I want to do is make my mother proud. And by the way, Harry had a totally different response to the Martin Bashir and the BBC. A totally different response. He didn't call his mother paranoid. Harry has been the embodiment, the living legacy of Diana. He has done everything to make his mother proud and to make us proud. There's a lot of people that's proud. How many times have I said, he makes me proud? And he does. I love what he does, what he's doing. I love it. William, not so much. The real reason for the dramatic weight loss, right? And look at the bottom. William is convinced Kate has the same problem as Diana, right? And that was in the star. You won't see that over there. You'll see that over here. Same with the other one. She doesn't want to end up like Diana. There's a message there. There's a message there. Yeah, they print a lot of fake, phony stuff, sure. It's a lot of gossip and innuendo, but also they get it right sometimes. They do get it right. So there you go. Now, I told you guys we're going to be done in an hour and a half, so I'm going to keep it moving. Crown the fourth plinth. The plinth. The plinth is a pedestal. It's a pedestal. That's what a plinth is. In honor of Queen Elizabeth's timeless legacy. Yep, in honor of her timeless legacy, the royalists say, crown the fourth plinth in honor of Queen Elizabeth's timeless legacy. Here's what they're talking about. They have proposed some artwork to go into that area outside of the British Museum, you know, where they have all that stolen stuff from around the world, all of the plunder from the various civilizations that they've committed genocide and pillaged. Well, anyway, these are some of the proposals for the fourth plinth. There are 4 of those plinths or pedestals, and one is a potato that's been around so long that it's starting to bloom, and the other is this toy mobile home. Just imagine that toy mobile home as big as a city bus. Well, not that big, but about the size of maybe a Fiat or a Volkswagen Beetle. But anyway, it's going to be scaled for the plinth. Or a gigantic black cat. And I don't even know what that thing is on the right. It looks like a wasp nest or something like that. Or could you imagine this? Is London ready for this? Huh? I rather like it, but I'm not sure London is ready for it. But this may actually find its way outside of the British Museum. And I kind of like the gold one. I think the gold one is very regal, right? I think it's very regal. Although I think the blue one is just fun, but I think the gold one is very, very regal. Or there's that glass thing that kind of looks like a ghost that is reaching out for you. I believe that one is untitled. And what this is here on the right side, God only knows. I don't know what that is. It looked like a bunch of seashells. Now, these are the artists. Shortlist artists of the Fourth Plinth Commission 2024, Gabrielle Charlie, Ruth Ewan, Thomas J. Price, Veronica Ryan, OBE, and Kumari Singh Burma, MBE, and Tasha Balala, Tasha Balala, self. Tasha Balala, self. So anyway, those are the ones that are in the running for the fourth plinth. And so there you can see what it will look like right there outside of the British Museum. There's a Christopher Wren church there in the background. I think that's the church they call the wedding cake, right? Because of that spire, looks like a stacked up wedding cake. But anyway, this is what they are working on. You like the blue one? Feel like she's walking to the museum to demand her. Yes, come on, Carmen. You better say it. You better say it. You better say it. She want her country stuff back, all their treasures. And here are some of the other past things that were on the plinth. You have that, looks like, what was that from? Persia. And then there's the big giant armless nude. And then there is the topping of an ice cream sundae. There's a couple of men just hanging out. And I don't know what that is over there on the bottom left. And then this one here looks like a glass model of the plinth upside down. And then there's that very colorful thing, which just looks like a bunch of colors for the sake of it. Let's see, Baron, they wouldn't put anything but a black woman outside that British Museum. You can't believe that. You can believe that, yeah. I love those big pieces of public art. I love it. I love just to see like the area change and everything. How about the Blue Rooster or the Ship in the Bottle or the fossil, the replica of a fossil? And let me tell you, that thumbs up. I think William went for the thumbs up. Something tells me that if they have William on the committee, not only will he show up and not miss a day, but in the name of a pulled pork sandwich, I think he wants the thumbs up. Yeah. I don't know. I just have a haunting feeling that William would go for the thumbs up. Now, they ready. Team France, they are ready to go to Invictus 2025. They took a photo there with the La Tour Eiffel in the background. And the one on the left side, I don't know where that was taken, but yeah, they're ready. They are ready. And speaking of they're ready, that, of course, is Charlotte, Queen Charlotte from Bridgerton. Love her. The hair. My favorite thing is the hair. If there was nothing else I got out of that series, I am loving the hair. It's too bad that, people aren't doing that every day. Well, more people aren't doing that every day. But here she is in some glamour shots. Her name is Golda Rashevel. Anyway, but I love her. I think she's beautiful. I love the very attitude that she has. I mean, she's just like, she's good for a look, ain't she? She is good for a look. And here's a couple of other fashion looks for her. Really like the outfit there on the left side. That is very cool. And this is another one of my favorites of her. And guess what, you guys? We are done. We are done. Yes, we are done. So we're going to make an early night of it. But again, I love the Queen. I love her. Okay, so yes, we are done. I'll take a couple of comments and then we will call it a day. Let me go all the way back up to the top. What are you guys going to do with the rest of your night? Thank you, VS Speaks Royal. By the way, there's a link at the top of the chat for VS Speaks Royal. VS is usually the first of the Sussex-friendly channels that's on here in the States and Canada. So if you have not subscribed, make sure you do. Like, subscribe, and share. That's what I always say. Like, subscribe, and share. Let's make the Sussex Squad community strong, even if you don't consider yourself a squatty. Just consider yourself on the right side of history if you are supporting Harry and Meghan. And, you know, if you got work to do around the house, just put one of those Sussex friendly spaces on and wash your dishes, do your laundry, whatever you got to do, and just leave us on in the background. There you go. Hey, Leslie F. Let's have a picture of Queen Charlotte, Black Father, in all his regalia. Oh, okay. Really? I have not seen that. You mean the real Queen Charlotte? Okay. Okay, let me see here. They should have a chains exhibit for the free labor that is the foundation of the nation. Oh, yeah, CK. Or just give that stuff back. Give those treasures back. Oh, you thought that? I thought that was a thumbs up. You think it's a bird? I mean, flipping the bird? I thought it was a thumbs up. Let's see. Yeah, and you know what, CK? I didn't realize, I didn't really make the connection. I think I said that last week. I never made the connection between all of the wealth of Britain and, you know, I thought it was a lot to do with the slave trade, obviously, but I just did not look at those country manor houses and assume that that's where the money came from. I thought they were just like some merchants that seemed to do okay, but I didn't know how many people, I mean, how, you know, even some of the oldest aristocratic families were involved in the slave trade and the profit from it. Cat Harlem says, hey, Squatties and Baron, I missed the entire show. I'll catch up the recap. Well, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex. And yes, we are done. But I appreciate you being here. I promised an hour and a half, and that's what we're going to do. I can't believe it. I know in Chicago they had that big giant Marilyn Monroe on Michigan Avenue. That was a lot of fun. But I love big, large public sculptures and murals and stuff like that. Anything to make the world more beautiful. Joanna Hung, hello. I love Michael Bublé's song. Me too. Me too. And TCC Son, thank you again for sorting out that photo for us. Leslie F says, that pic of Tom Cruise and Willie reminds me of Kenny from South Park. Tom Cruise is in the closet. Tom Cruise is it? Oh, you said it twice. Well, thank you for that, Leslie F. But what was that they said in Tropic Thunder? Man, this Hollywood. Everybody gay sometimes. Man, this Hollywood. This Hollywood. Remember Robert Downey Jr. said that? He said, man, this Hollywood. Everybody gay sometimes. This Hollywood. Oh, man. I love that. That was a good movie. That was such a funny movie. And I was so sure I wasn't going to like it. I was screaming when I saw that movie. It was so funny. Oh, yeah, Trafalgar Square. I could not remember the name of that for anything. Trafalgar Square. And I stood there right in the, you know what? I took a photo. That is I love that view from Trafalgar Square, and you can see all the way over to Big Ben. I mean, you just like look down the road and everything is like right there. I thought that was so cool. Let me go back to the photos. So all those banks on the Trafalgar Square were all started from the slave trade. Oh, those are all banks around there. That's in the old town of London, right? That's where, like the city of London and then the old town of London. So I suppose that part is in the old town of London. But I did not know that. Thank you for sharing that. And Lloyd's of London, didn't they insure those slave ships? They had some kind of admission or apology or reparations or something. Raffaella Bertoni, here I am. Hello. Hello, Raffaella Bertoni. We're done for the day, but thank you so much for saying hi. I really appreciate it. You guys, I'm feeling a little emotional right now, and that's because um, I just love this community. I really do. It is very cool. It is very cool. None of this is what I thought I would be doing right now, but yet here we are, and I love it. Um, and of course, as I always say, thank you guys for trusting me to do this work. That means everything to me. That means everything. Let me see, which one of these is my favorite? Well, for the proposed pieces, I I like faces. I like faces, and I love the gold one, right? But I like the blue one too. I like the blue one. And the cat, nah. The potato and the van, nah. I like the glass one, the green one there on the left side. I like that. And as for what they've had already, I kind of like the rocking horse. That's pretty cool. And I like the Persian griffin or whatever you call that thing. Um, and I like the two guys, the ones at the top right. I like that one. The rooster, I could do without it. The ship in the bottle, well, I like ships. I like anything like that. So that's cool. Yeah, and I guess that's it. The rest of these, I could take a hard pass on those. Don't really care for those. When I went to the British Museum, there were just two things that I could recall, and that was the Rosetta Stone. Oh, and of course the Elgin marbles or the Parthenon marbles, as there really are. Um, oh, I can think of one more. There was some bronze mask or head or something like that, and one of those winged things, like there on the left side up there. That's a recreation, of course, but they had like one of those gateways somewhere in the British Museum. So I remember that. So yeah, there's just a handful of things that I saw at the British Museum. And of course, those Parthenon marbles, the only reason why I knew what those were is because I had seen it on television. So when I got to that room, I was like, wow, here's all that looted, stolen. I'll tell you guys something that I bet you didn't know, and some of you probably do, but you'll notice that a lot of the ancient sculptures are missing their feet. And that's because when they were stolen or plundered, they chopped the feet off because, well, they didn't want to take the time to actually remove those statues properly. So they would just cut them off at the ankles. Isn't that stupid? They would just cut them off at the ankles. And that's why so many of those pieces in the museums have no feet. And we already know why they don't have noses, because if they look too Afrocentric, they would just take a little hammer and smash the nose. Big Mama! Hey, Big Mama. Okay, what time is it? We got a couple more minutes. Yes, Sarah Richardson says Charlotte, North Carolina is named after Queen Charlotte. There is a statue of her in the city. I've seen that statue. I've seen that statue before, not in person. I just saw pictures of it. And St. Louis is named after what? Louis the 16th? Louis the 14th? St. Louis is named after one of those kings of France. Saint Louis. Saint Louis. Saint Louis. I only went to St. Louis one time, but I thought it was really nice. I went twice. I went twice. The first time I went, I didn't have a chance to go up in the arch. The arch is just more interesting mechanically, as far as I'm concerned, and also sculpturally. It's one of the most beautiful sculptures I've ever seen. It is a work of art. All stainless steel. It is a feat of engineering. Lisa Taylor, good night to you too. Legs, hi fam. I am going to have to catch the replay. All right. Yeah, we're just about done. I'm going to close it out in a couple of minutes. Matter of fact, I could do that now. That way I can finish more on time. Okay, so I promise. M. Covington, thank you so much for being here. It seems like a lot of y'all are just not getting here, which is okay. So our last word of the day is, of course, something very near and dear to Megan, and that is no bad energy. Or, as Deborah Anderson would say, the longest journey begins with a single step. And as Berlusconi would say, was it Berlusconi? Girls are girls are girls. Or as Maureen would say, well, that makes me clutch my pearls. Or as Black Queen would say, down with those white supremacists. Okay. And as Church Nelly would say, any more beer? So yeah, those are the last words for the day. You know, I actually had another quote for Black Queen, but I figured it'd be too bad to lose the channel this far into it, right? Y'all know Black Queen could be a little militant sometimes. That's why we love her, right? Right. Okay, so that is that. Thank you all very much. Love you guys. I will see you all tomorrow. And thank you again for all of your thoughtful and considerate super chats and super stickers. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you, TCC Sun, for sorting out that photo. I'm so impressed. Lorna Williams and Elaine Parker, thank you for staying up with us. And with that, I'm going to say goodnight and let us end with Once Upon a Time. It's been a while since we've had Once Upon a Time. And don't worry about William, because we know what his problem is.
Bitter. And, you know, somebody needs to say it. Bitter. Bitter, bitter, bitter.
He's just bitter, bitter, bitter. And, you know, someone needs to say it. Bitter. Bitter, bitter, bitter. And everybody knows it. At the tone, the time will be 9:02. Beep. At the tone, the time will be, I miss those. Remember how we used to call time? At the tone, the time will be 9:03. Beep. Oh, man. Okay. Dansby, yes, we're all done. We're all done. I promised that I was going to end in an hour and 30 minutes, and so it goes. It's been 1 hour, 32 minutes, 33 minutes. But all right, see you all tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Stevie Rose. Shout out to everyone. Hey. Let me see here. Okay. All right. See y'all. Love you.